Okay, here we go. In this section 1.3, we are going to start talking about slope of linear equations. So in this first one, if we have these 2 points and they're used to find the slope of the line is -3/4, what is the slope if the points 0, 2, and 4, -1 are used? So we're going to go find this dot here at 0, 2, and then 4, -1. So we're going to show our counting. Of down 3 over 4 still applies. And so m equals -3 divided by 4 still. So the point is that if you change the points, but it's still on that same line, that you should still see that same slope. So slope is still -3/4. So a line with a positive slope slants up and to the right. A line with a negative slope slants down and to the right. A horizontal line, or a flat line, has 0 slope, and a vertical line has undefined slope. And real quick, I just want to go put an example of a horizontal line right there, and an example of a vertical line. What is the slope of the line graphed below? So if I just do the overall from this point to this point, this is called making a slope triangle. We could count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So up 8, over 10, but that can be reduced to 4/5. But besides counting, is there another way for us to get that slope? And so if you guys recall, we could do slope formula and do y minus y sorry, 3 minus -5 over 5 minus -5. And so essentially that turns into 3 plus 5 over 5 plus 5, which is our 8/10, which again reduces down to 4/5. So we could do slope formula using these 2 points. We could do counting the slope triangle of up 8 over 10, etc. So that's how we count the slope from that picture. The table of values below shows the values of 3 points on a line. What is the slope of the line? So we're really looking of the jump from here to here being from a 2 to a 5, so that's +3, and then from 5 to 8. But don't forget that you also want to see not only the change in y on the right, but the change in x. So on this side, from a -4 to a -1 on a number line, picture that -4, picture that -1, and that is a jump up of 3 also. And then from -1 up to 2 is also a jump of 3. So if my slope is the change in y over the change in x that can be reduced down to just 1. The monthly cost of a cell phone plan is $35 plus 5 cents per minute used. Check out the graph below. What is the dependent variable? What is the independent variable? The dependent variable is cost. The cost depends on the number of minutes used. The cost is our output or y value. And so that makes the independent variable is the number of minutes. Number of minutes is our input or x value in this scenario. So what's the slope in this situation? It's 0.05, which is the cost per minute. This is the rate of increase of the cost as more minutes go by. Parallel lines have slopes that are the same. I guess actually we could put equal. Slopes that are equal. Two lines with slopes, M1 and M2, are perpendicular if and only if their slopes are negative reciprocals. That is that multiplying those two numbers gives us -1. Just a quick review on negative reciprocals down here. If my original slope is 2/3, need a text box. Let's go get equation. Then the perpendicular slope, the negative reciprocal, is going to be -3/2. You flip it and you make it a negative. That's the symbol for perpendicular right there. Okay, let's do another one. If the slope equals 4, then the perpendicular slope is -1/4. Just to give you a quick review of those negative reciprocal slopes. Okay, the equation y minus y equals mx minus x is called the point slope formula. Now remember that your Math 1 teacher, oops, I want the text box. Your Math 1 teacher may have shown it to you like that, or they may have shown it to you as y equals mx minus x1 plus y1. Notice that all I'm doing here is moving that negative y1, this negative y1, I'm adding it to both sides and adding it onto the end. And this is the exact same equation, it's just that the y1 has been moved to the end. So I'm going to be using both of these formulas as I review it with you guys this unit. Write the equation of the line that goes through this point and has this slope. So here we go using point slope form. Our slope is negative 3/5, and then we go x minus x1 plus y1. And so our final answer, we take that negative negative in the middle and we make it a positive. Write the equation of the line that goes through this point and is parallel to this, so we're going to have the same slope. So we're going to take the slope of 1/10, and then we write x minus 4 minus 7. Or, just because that same formula, I could have written it as y plus 7 equals 1/10 x minus 4. Suppose you buy a computer for $2,400, and after 1 year it's worth $1,800. Let y be the value of your computer and t be the number of years since you purchased it. Assume that it continues to depreciate at the same rate. What is the equation of the line that represents the value of your computer as a function? So we're going to use two coordinate values here as x comma y, 0 comma 2,400. That means when you first got the computer at time 0, it was worth 2,400, and then after 1 year, it's worth 1,800, would be in this coordinate form. So here we have our 2 points, 0, 2,400, and 1, 1,800. So now we can go y minus y over x minus x. We can do our full slope formula. And so 1,800 minus 2,400 is going to be on the top. And then the bottom is just going to be 1 minus 0, x minus x. So our slope is negative 600. And that makes sense because it's going down, it's depreciating in value about 600 per year. So now that we have the slope, now we can plug into the equation of y minus y equals mx minus x, point slope form, or just negative 600 plus 2,400 in slope intercept form. That would be the one equation of the line, or y equals negative 600 x minus 0 plus 2,400, if you thought of it in this way as point slope form. Both of these are correct. Okay, the equation of the line is this. So the slope of the line, if it's y equals 12x plus 7, the slope of the line is 12. And the y-intercept is 0, comma, negative 7. A point on the line, you could literally try any value, but for example, 1, comma 5. And that would be if I put in x equals 1, I'd go 12 times 1 is 12, 12 minus 7 is 5. So you can just do a quick calculation of any point. Plug in 2, plug in 3. Suppose all these points are on a line. The slope of the line is 3. And the y-intercept is, right here, 0, 16. Because for the y-intercept, the x is 0. For the x-intercept, the y is 0. So here's my y-intercept. And then the equation of the line, y equals, let's go do the equation. Three x plus 16. A movie rental service charges $15 per month plus $2 for each movie rented. The line represents a problem that has a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of 15. That's your fixed rate charge. The equation would be y equals 2x plus 15. The equation of this line, the slope is -9, right there, your m. And the y-intercept, we would actually have to go -9 times x, -9 times -1 is +9, and subtract 3. So the y-intercept, after you simplify that work, comes out to 3. And a point on the line is 1, -6. And that comes right out of your x1, y1 pulled out of that equation.